right. So you actually had a coaching session with me, and you improved quite a lot. So I guess the first thing I would really like to know is why do you think that is, right? Like, is there something that maybe clicked for you, or what was it?
I changed a couple of things after the coaching session in my playstyle,
Okay.
and I mean it obviously worked out.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, when I was coaching you, I already told you, right, a bunch of times. I think you were playing below your elo. I could definitely see mechanically and whatever you were playing better than platinum for
I
sure.
think that the most important part is that I untilted after the coaching session.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so I helped you with your
Actually,
mental a bit, or what?
yeah, I think so. Actually, after the coaching session, I even dropped the division. I was
Oh,
P2 and like I dropped to P3, but just temporarily.
yeah. And then you really started
I
climbing.
needed some time to actually get used to the new play style.
Hmm. What has
Uh,
changed in your playstyle?
I, Raptor spotting every single game,
Okay.
every
Hmm.
single game,
Yeah.
and the other thing, blue smite every single game, futures market
Hmm.
instead of cosmic insight, and yeah.
Really, you think that? Okay, that's actually crazy that this kind of stuff made such a difference for you.
Turns out that even the small stuff,
Mm.
it makes a huge difference, a huge
Yeah, I
difference.
think it also fits your playstyle better. I think, right? Like it's just more carry focused if you play with Blue Smite and you play with that
I
kind of stuff.
I am used to disrespect the enemy team a lot, like
Exactly.
a lot,
Exactly. And
and
if you have the money to do it, like the gold, then you can actually ride with Echo. So.
exactly, and you know, I tried the first strike rune,
Hmm.
like again. I used to play it a lot in the past,
Hmm.
but yeah, lately I was playing Electro, but I miss the Cosmic Insight. I really value that
Hmm.
rune a lot, and if I can use both Cosmic Insight and Futures Market, it makes a huge difference.
Okay.
And I can, mm, if that makes sense, I'd rather have Cosmic Insight than Electrocute.
Yeah, I mean, if you, I don't know. I personally think Cosmic Insight, like for me, I don't feel it that much, but I haven't. I don't know. It's such a rune where you mostly just need to play a little bit passive, right? If you don't have it, right? Or you just, of course, the flash cooldown is a little bit longer, so you just play different. I would, for me personally, I value the electrocute in the early game quite a lot. But I've been
Yeah,
thinking about trying out first strike, right? It has been working for you, and I know that there are Elo echoes that play first strike. I'm always saying everything is viable. It's just about preference. It really is.
the rank 1 Echo in my server actually abuses First Strike.
Okay. Yeah, I think I
Um,
really should try it out again. Do you
and
play with the what do you have secondary sudden impact or eyeball collection?
I
Ah,
like
okay,
both.
eyeball. Okay.
I swap them, but
Mm-hmm.
most of the time I ball collection.
Okay. Interesting. So I mean, are there like specific things you would say you still have improved in, other than of course just changing like
The
the
patience,
item builds and that? Okay.
my patience is a little bit better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, honestly, I'm saying this. I think there's not a single coaching session where I don't mention patience at some points. It's super important for Echo,
Yeah, and
especially.
I'm watching.
Yeah, it's like patience is such a big thing for Echo. It's really about using your abilities efficiently in everything. So it's a skill that everyone that wants to be good at Echo needs. And you can also tell, right, with if you watch someone like Zhao Lao Ben or whatever, he's super patient. He's just much quicker with his decisions still. Like
Yeah,
he's incredibly patient, but he has like faster decision making still, and like obviously better
and he is
mechanics.
insane. Yeah, and
Yeah.
he is also disrespecting the enemies a lot.
I don't even know if he's disrespecting. He just knows his limits really, really, really well. In my opinion. So have you? I mean, you've actually kind of just smurfed through D4 or whatever. But have you now maybe you felt like you've encountered maybe some new challenges or something?
It's a way more difficult in D2 than in D4.
Yeah. What are the? I mean, yeah. What kind of difficulties have you encountered then?
As I told you, since I'm disrespecting the enemies a lot, I cannot do that here.
Hmm.
It's just illegal because there was this game, I think I'm 12 something, 12-5 maybe, and I lost it. And they had like, oh no, 11-4, the Hekarim guy.
Let me share my screen real quick. I mean, we don't really need to look so much at your OPGG and everything, but I guess you can tell me, because we might have time to look at 2 games, right? Since you want 2 hours. And we don't really do a lot of OPGG review and that stuff here now. Which game was it?
Versus Hekarim and Takali. I dominated the game totally, and then I died in the end because I flashed in the Jinx rocket in a straight line. I panic flashed the Jinx rocket after a misplay. They killed me and they ended the game.
This game, I don't know if like the stopwatch is even worth here, to be honest, as well. I would say.
I have no clue why I bought it.
Like in this game, I really I don't see a lot of value here. What are you really gonna block with it? Like not even Akali, you can really use it that well against.
I don't really remember, but
oh, you lost the stacks, I guess.
Yeah, I lost the Magi stacks and I just sold it.
Okay, I mean here I can see against Rengar, it's always fine.
Oh, the Rengar game was a fucking pain. He was smurfing, by the way, level 30, diamond something. He had like 70% win rate or so.
What? No.
Or I don't know. There was Ivern mid lane and the game was pretty unplayable.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it's whatever. I'm actually happy that I haven't faced that many Rengars, because Kha'Zix, of course, you still need to ban, but Rengar should also be pretty strong now.
He just one-shotted me for 0.13 seconds and I panic by stopwatch.
No, I mean, it makes sense against Rengar in general. Oh, you didn't even, okay, but you didn't even have Rabadons. Okay. Well, this is one of those unplayable games simply because you don't have any CC in your team, I'm gonna be real. I've had those kind of games.
Shadow Flame purchase?
Yeah.
In my mind, there is like they have shields from the Ivern. He was delivering some huge shields, and the Rengar was just unkillable. And the Shadow Flame has this passive fighting where it gives you bonus magic pen versus shields versus shielded enemies. And I thought it may make sense.
It's the biggest thing, I guess, is that it's easier to buy, right? In games where you're struggling, you might not have been able to buy the Rabadons so easily. But overall, you want Rabadons because it just gives you way more AP and you have huge AP scalings. So, I mean, Shadow Flame is fine.
Like, with the Futures Market combined, I had like 1100 gold, so...
You definitely buy Shadow Flame a lot, but I guess it's always with the Lich Bane, so I think that's fine.
Yeah, it's with the Lich Bane.
Yeah.
I actually think Lich Bane fits the Ekko playstyle more than Nashor's Tooth right now.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I enjoy it more, at least personally. Just like the faster, more skirmish style. But in some games, the Nashor's value is just insane. I actually, earlier I played a game where I even bought Nashor's first. Let me just really quickly show you like what a game looks like where I personally built Nashor's first. Oh yeah, I guess it was this one. Against like these champs. See, like they have 3 tanks basically, and then also 2 other champs that just can't get away from me. So in these kind of games, you really can go Nashor's first, and it worked out perfectly here. But in most games, you definitely should go.
I used to purchase it first, by the way.
Yeah, I don't like it most of the time. I think most of the time you're missing out on a lot of kills if you don't have the rocket button. Also, you're much less safe oftentimes.
If you are kind of trying to play passive early game and you just need to farm, the Nashor's helps you.
Yeah, but I don't think you should ever do that. Yeah, like, you should never plan to be passive, right? Like it might happen sometimes, but yeah, I know you're not a passive player. Like when on your stats and whatever, you're definitely a very active player. I guess you can just go in game. I mean. Are there like any areas or whatever maybe you want to focus on in this session? You want me to pay attention to? I mean, your farming could be still a little bit better, but it's not problematic.
lately I'm not focused on farming because the games in Diamond, they are just so much faster than these in Platinum. The
It's also the
rotation.
meta, right? I mean, the patch, the last one, definitely made the game a bit faster with the home guards at 14 minutes and that stuff.
True. And if I realized if I ever lose a game, there is a huge mid difference, and I may have a little bit. I am maybe I'm a little bit guilty about it because I'm not paying attention to mid enough. But yeah, if you pay attention to this, maybe you can score.
Yeah, we will see. I think mid lane is a lane that you really usually you just gank it if you have some kind of good gank setup there, or you dive. Honestly, like diving is pretty common in mid, I would say. But like in general, it's just such a short lane. A lot of champs are very hard to gank, so it's also not like the side lanes, and especially on bot lane, you just can get 2 kills, right? So it's just the lane you should gank the most. Someone actually said that recently. Like some good player actually also said that. I think it was even Jawla Ben maybe. That you should gank bot early because you can get 2 kills there.
Yeah.
It's just important for a champ like Ekko that really wants to snowball.
I failed one promo to Diamond because my mid laner was 0-11. And then the second, like I go promo, I win the first game, and I'm thinking, okay, it's the time, I'm going to Diamond. And then the next game, my mid laner goes 0-11. I don't allow it to tilt me, and I just hop in the second game, in the final game, and my PC randomly crashed.
Oh shit.
My PC randomly crashed, and the game was over, and the promo was over.
Happens, but I mean, you got it the second time around then, or what? Yeah. And then you just climbed straight through to D2.
Yeah, I just fly through D4, 4 games straight wins, and I think I lost 2 or 3 games in D3 actually.
Okay.
But it was kind of the same as D4.
Yeah, there is not a huge difference. Let's be real. Like there really isn't. It's.
Yeah, I made like 30 kills per game in D4.
Yeah, it's actually crazy that I mean in D4 the games at least they used to be very. They used to be very painful.
Easier. It felt 100 times easier than Platinum 1, 2, something like that.
Yeah, I've said this as well recently, right? Like I think Platinum is such a horrible elo because people just can't contain themselves. They just run it down and then you have to play against like an 10-0 Garen and you just can't play the game as Ekko especially, so yeah. How do you decide if you go eyeball collection or sudden impact?
If they are very tanky, I go sudden impact.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's correct, but
me neither, honestly. I mean, the only reason why I always go sudden impact is because you need to stack eyeball collection first for it to even have the value. So, and I feel like they're generally very close. I mean, the sudden impact actually has like around 1000 damage or whatever on average. I feel like. Yeah, I wouldn't swap with them either. I think you should swap with ADC or something. I guess ADC didn't want to swap.
I mean, why should I first pick assassin?
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't. Honestly, I think Ekko's... You're just holding yourself back if you're first picking. I really don't like it either.
Because they will instantly pick some CC, and now they don't.
Yeah. Yeah, if they pick 2 other champs that are like similar CC-wise, then... should be a free game. Definitely a little bit problematic that you don't have a lot of gank setup so far, but let's see, or like CC in general. Those are the games that I've lost most recently, where my laners just refuse to pick any CC, and then okay, that's good.
Fine. I have noticed.
Yeah, that's enough, right? But if you don't have any kind of engage or whatever, these games are so unplayable oftentimes. I know they have been for me. Okay.
It's actually
Wait,
Cane
let's...
top.
Oh yeah, it's actually Cane top. Interesting. I feel like Cane top is gonna dominate the Mundo when he has red form.
What about the skins though? Which
What?
one do you like the most?
I mean, the SKT one is a little bit of a cheater skin, right?
Yeah, because of
You
the
can't see the
W.
W, yeah, but you also can't see it yourself. I really like the skin, but
Even I cannot see it sometimes.
yeah.
I'm using it and I don't know where it is.
Okay, I mean, this game is definitely very carryable, comp-wise. So what are you gonna build? Which second item?
No idea. I will decide later. Maybe Nashor stood.
Yeah, it's definitely an Ashes game in my opinion.
Maybe Nashor stood.
Like champions like Jarvan and Silas, you can auto attack them so much, and Karthus as well. Kayn honestly kind of. I mean, Kayn not that much, but Red can probably also. And then Sona, if you're on top of her, then you can also auto attack her quite a bit. So.
Also, after the coaching session, I uninstalled Professor.
Oh, okay.
But I installed it again because if I'm playing, I'm not checking the stats or anything, but it helps me
with the jungle
because
timers, right?
lately I'm playing some flex games with my silver friends, and I am playing just random champions for which I don't know the build or runes and stuff.
Okay. Well, I usually like to just look them up on UGG and then on pro builds. I don't trust these apps and whatever. They always like if you look for Ekko, they always recommend some dumb shit like Dark Harvest and Greensmith and whatever. It's just, I mean, it's not dumb, but it's not always correct or whatever, I would say. So I usually just like to look what the pros do and then assume that they have the best idea. Yeah,
I got to check my PC
still...
because lately I have some disconnects.
Oh, that's not good.
It usually doesn't happen, but in the last few days it happened 2 times. Once in the promo in Diamond.
Well, that the PC crashed or
the PC crash? Yeah, the PC crash.
Oh, dumb.
I got to check it.
This is definitely a game where you might even be able to gank bot early with a Nautilus. And Karth is often also a lane that pushes in, I think.
I also don't buy this shit because I think it's totally useless.
Oh yeah, can you restart the stream really quick with the mouse?
Yeah, I'm gonna restart.
Yeah, I actually also started, or I always forget, I always buy the potion, but I wanted to try that as well. I think the potion gold is actually kind of wasted. But sometimes, like, when you want to go for the early ganks, it's not even that bad. Like, you might be able to use the HP.
There is absolutely.
I mean, if you're actually planning to gank bot you, then it's like you're on half HP, so you can actually die to a Karthus.
Yeah, but my bot lane will push here.
I don't know. Will they?
I think so.
I mean, Karthus is definitely a laner that can push early. Why can't I hear? Whatever. Wait, what's that emote? I've never seen that.
It's from the TFT.
Oh, okay.
The last set. Oh! Can I screw up my jungle clear just because
It really doesn't matter at all, you know. It's just
in this second. It doesn't. Yeah.
It doesn't even matter in higher elos. It's literally 1 second. You know, the time you waste in like by doing mistakes or whatever is so much more than wasting one auto attack or like yeah, not spacing correctly, whatever. You should really not get tilted by this kind of mistakes. Doesn't matter. Yeah, just a recall angle, I guess. They are low, but it's like they're too far back.
I'm never gonna risk that dive.
Yeah. What jungle are you playing against? Jarvan, right?
Jarvan,
I think against Jarvan you should have actually warded the river, because
yeah.
he can
Like
invade your
this,
blue.
and I usually work like
Yeah, like there, yeah.
because he
Then
can
you
jump
can
over
see
the
both.
wall.
Yeah. Definitely look top here. You might be able to get him. You should go there. If he queues forward, yeah. Ooh.
Nah.
I think you can do something, maybe. He should still be in the brush. Yeah.
I failed it.
Yeah, you had to place the W earlier in the brush. I don't know if you kill him because of his E, but still.
Whatever.
Yeah, but see, like, this is fine because now you just take the crap, you either look mid or you just go back to your jungle and everything is okay. Like, you can invest this kind of time. Could definitely look to do something mid. Like, after clearing, but in general, because this health is so low, Akshan plays with Ignite, I'm sure, so...
And now I just full clear towards bot lane most of the time.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, and now is really where you need to look, right? Like, you need to look if you should go there right away or not. Like, while crossing the river is generally a good time to do that, right? Like, see if you should go there, maybe do a lane gank right away, or just clear towards it. Like, this kind of info you really need it. I mean, you can see on the minimap that they're under tower, but... yeah, that's often a good time to look for a lane gank then. I think you can just full clear and then look to help them. Maybe even straight up dive them. They are quite low, I think.
But Jarvan didn't show up. Ooh.
Yeah, you can fight. Just ping that you're helping now.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I think could have been a bit better still, but I don't know if you should have pushed that in. I'm actually not sure.
It's pushing towards us.
Oh, yeah. And definitely by the blasting one, it's better.
Yeah.
That one guy in my Discord actually did the math right. It's actually better than the alternator.
Yeah, I saw it. I was just too lazy to read it all.
Yeah, but basically the conclusion is that it's better to buy more AP.
Okay.
I mean, obviously the alternator also gives HP, but HP is a pretty useless stat in the jungle, you know, because you're mostly playing PvE in the early. You can fight this. You can fight this.
I know. I just don't want him to. Aye.
Okay, nice.
I don't know, maybe I was alive after the ignite.
Yeah, maybe, but it's still fine. I mean, it's actually not that bad now. You could even just take Drake. Probably.
Jarvan is alive and I have no ult. If he can contest me, I'm dead.
Yeah, you're right about that, but it's like... It's so unlikely that he will go there right away, you know? And you're not, unless you like, just don't use your E in these kind of situations. I think you should just, take the red.
I'm just going to recall without taking red, and then I'm gonna go Drake.
Okay, yeah, that's also fine, I guess.
Also, my bot lane is doing really well.
I think maybe now it would have been better to take the red and then just recall and go for something like Herald. I think in general, Herald is quite good in these kind of situations where you're already pretty strong, so you just accelerate yourself even more. And this Drake is not even very good. Definitely do it now, right? The Germ is top, so...
Yeah, I saw.
But take the red first, I think. I mean, it doesn't really matter that much. They're not really gonna contest it probably, but... I don't know. Also makes the red respawn as well, right? Definitely look mid a bit.
Isn't it better to just...
Definitely look mid.
Dive, maybe?
Yeah. I mean, Jordan was around, right? So be careful.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just go jungle, honestly.
It was just...
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Oh my days.
You could also look bot maybe with the Karthus. You don't even have a stack yet.
I'm playing worse because I'm not streaming.
Yeah, it's fine. Just go.
Aye.
You get her. You don't get her actually.
Fuck this.
I shouldn't have baited you into that. Damn. Yeah, you were like in that situation. You were not spacing in the way where you expected her to flash away. I feel like, you know, you could have went a little bit more above her. I think.
Yeah.
Because we didn't really have info. I also thought maybe she might flash away. Oh yeah, you had quite a bit of unspent gold there, I think, right? Yeah, but definitely ult there, right? Like, you should know that at the point where she was quite far away, you need to just ult. I think you should just keep farming. It's Blue Ken, you know, he will just run away if he wants to.
If the 300 IQ stun don't work.
Yeah, I mean, well, maybe you can actually kill him. Never mind. Yeah. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, still. And he's allowed to do that kind of potion and still live. Crazy.
What?
Oh.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, definitely a bunch of situations where you probably should have just farmed. or like be more decisive. But I guess we will see that in the game review as well.
For the mid lane, I wanted to flash, but I wasn't in range.
Yeah, I don't know if you weren't in range. I also thought like maybe you could have flashed on the Jarvan really quick. He flashed away, of course. I think you should just look to.
I was looking at the Sylas, I was looking at the Jarvan. I thought Jarvan is dead. Then it turns out that he's not.
Definitely look to contest the Herald here.
Mm.
Okay, I guess. Yeah, I think you should just get level 9 from the wolves. You probably. Do you even get it? I don't know. And just like insta-mute the Mundo. You don't even get it. Well, wolves give no XP at all.
Bro, he is.
Oh, this guy has no mana. Oh, yet smite.
Range?
Why is he so fast? Holy shit. Ah, he has Humors. No. I think you were in smite range, right? You could have slowed him. Oh, damn, he also was a huge shutdown. That would have definitely been helpful. I guess still just take the Herald now, right? Wait, who was there? Was it Silas or Jarvan?
Priority.
I think you can still just do it. Like, they don't have vision, right? And if they come contested, you might have to give it up, but you might be able to get it. Yeah, you shouldn't die. Of course, Kayn already has blue form. Oh. Yeah, I don't think you can really fight it. Yeah, definitely ping, right? Ping for help here. I mean, the Mundo has prior. Kind of.
Doesn't matter.
I think you shouldn't move in there. Yeah.
And now I'm dead.
Yeah, that was definitely not a good decision to... Like, at that point you should really know the fight's over, you just need to run away. Yeah, I think it's definitely a natural scam still. So you can buy the dagger. Yeah, why are you not buying the dagger?
I don't think it's efficient. It's efficient purchase, by the way.
I think it is always good to spend your gold.
It's not even worth rotating there. I actually will leave it.
What drake is it? Is it mountain drake?
No, it's a Hextech.
Ah. Yeah.
I have no ult, so the chances are high.
Yeah. You shouldn't go for steals without ult. Unless it's like Elder or something, but
You know what I found
normal
out?
drakes.
I found out that I'm good at stealing, but I suck at smiting. When my when my team has the upper hand.
Actually, recently I'm not very good at stealing, but I used to be pretty good at stealing objectives. I don't know. Oops. Oh, unlucky that he got it, but at least it's Akshan. Yeah, I think just leave it. He's also a higher level than you.
Yeah.
And Kane is super fast, right, with his blue form.
True.
Definitely in these kind of situations, you should always look to get level 11 first before you level 11 first before you look to take any more fights. So just clear like another camp and then see. Like it's really such a big difference to have higher like better ult and also less cooldown if you use it or if you need to use it.
No, she's dead. And I'm dead too.
Yeah.
Oh, I shouldn't look to help her.
You also had quite a lot of gold here, but I think at this point, definitely a bit rough.
Now that is not worth it.
You can wait it. No, but you can wait. You can wait. You have the gold. Just buy it. You will have the gold. If you need to wait, what is it, like 5 gold? Not even.
Yeah.
But even I would say up until like 20. In certain situations, even if you don't really need to leave the base for an objective or something, you can even wait 30 gold or something. I think it's fine.
Nah, blue cane.
Yeah. For someone in chat asking, by the way, why this Nashus game, can you press tab really quick? See, like, especially Jarvan and Silas are super easy to auto-attack a lot. Blue Ken not really. Against Blue Ken it doesn't help that much. And then Sona and Karthus are also champs that when you're on top of them, at least Karthus, you can auto-attack quite a lot as well. So the Nashus will feel pretty good. But Lichbane and Nashus are always viable, they really are. It's mostly down to preference. Just in games where you really can auto-attack a lot, you should, like, the Nashus will often feel really good. And you have like no vision on the map, it's definitely scary. Oh, they're not even doing Nash. What are they doing then?
Jerking off.
Yeah. Like honestly, I mean, in your position, it's not even really worth, in my opinion, to get into these kind of positions.
That was so troll.
Do you sometimes do the rocket belt combo or no? Because like there were a bunch of situations this game where you didn't really do it, even though you could have done it, and it would have even helped you.
I'm playing so bad.
No, I'm just asking. Like, do you usually do it when you're not not like a little bit nervous or something?
You mean rocket belt?
Yeah, like the really fast combo. Because for example, on the Sona ones, when you were like in the mid lane, we will see it in a second. But there you flashed on her, but you really, if you just had done the rocket belt combo, there was no need to flash at all, and she would have died right away as well. So of course, like this kind of stuff is stuff you really need to start working on, of course, if you want to keep climbing. Yeah, at this point, I'm gonna be real. I think you just got outscaled as well, right? Like you've been behind the whole time, and against Sona, Karthus, Kane as well, incredible scaling champs. Like, if you get into the mid game and they're already this far ahead, then the chances are very low that you win, especially with useless champs like Mundo on your team. Maybe you can kill the Karthus.
Ah!
But it's Eclipse Storm, right? Okay. Interesting.
Kind of sucks. Nah, the game is my bad. I played tofu.
Yeah, there were definitely some situations where you misplayed a bit.
I play tofu.
It is what it is.
Know.
It's good that you can at least take responsibility. I mean,
Yeah, the coaching time came and I sucked.
it's fine. At least like in these kind of games, you can still learn. Why are they not doing Nash? What the fuck? They're so ahead.
Of course. Ah. Oh.
Okay.
Let's go. Able to catch anybody.
Jesus, this Storm is dealing a lot of damage. Oh, he has Maw as well now. Gonna be impossible to kill him, honestly. Silas probably also has Zanyas.
I cannot go for my kind of plays because those people they don't suck so much.
Yeah, you just didn't have the gold, honestly, as well, this game, to really... In these kind of games, you just need to be ahead, and then it's not even difficult, honestly, most of the time when you're ahead, because they don't have a lot of CC. But if you're behind, of course, champions like Jarvan and Silas and whatever, they just beat you, of course.
The funny thing, I usually don't lose versus Jarvan.
No, I think Jarvan is also not that difficult, but it's like if he is ahead, he's very hard to deal with. You're just fucking useless. You're 4 levels down.
Usually say mid diff, but it's my fault.
Yeah, I mean you're really weak here. It's unplayable at this point. I don't even know why your team wants to play this, but it's fine, I guess. I think you're just dead, right? Yeah.
Yeah, W.
Jesus. Blue Cane is definitely something. I think Kayn top might actually be better than Kayn jungle. I've not seen a Kayn jungle in a long time.
All the Kains I face in the jungle, by the way, they are all the red ones.
Okay. Well, the Nautilus got a shutdown as well. By the way, I think this is actually a game where you could maybe even build Morelos.
Jesus!
And definitely a frustrating game.
I cannot kill the Sona.
Yeah. Do they have Soul already, or no? Wait, when did you get one Drake?
Early game. I cannot really get anything on the map.
Yeah.
Somebody wanna play?
Yeah, it's like in this game, normally you could always say, right, at some point we'll all have the items if they don't end, but they're first of all they're like 10k gold ahead, I'm sure even more, and they outscale you as well. With like the bot lane alone outscales you really hard.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, the rest of the champs also don't scale bad at all.
Even if I get the
top.
shutdowns,
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like it's not gonna make the game playable.
Whatever, yeah.
Sometimes you just need to be realistic. Wait, did you sell your Dark Seal?
Yeah, to buy Nashors.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
Mm.
that was so fast.
Okay.
Even if not.
Okay, let me log into the account really quick. I guess like the biggest thing there were definitely some mechanical misplays that just led to you
Yeah, I know.
like dying and whatever, and of course that just kind of snowballed the game in the wrong direction. I think there were also some situations where you just should have farmed, right? Or you were just way too focused on committing to certain plays you shouldn't have committed to. But we will see that, I guess. Okay, I'm sharing my screen again. How are your LP gains, by the way? How many do you lose?
Minus 26, plus 20 something. It's not that bad.
No, that's fine. Especially for like how much you climbed.
It's not that bad. Maybe here I should play Electro.
Yeah, I like it actually against these early game junglers.
Versus early game Jarvan is actually the better choice.
Actually, earlier I played a game against Xin Zhao, and he invaded me early, and I just straight up 1v1'd him because I had the Dark Seal and Electrocute. So I think, and Xin is definitely an early game champ,
It
right?
actually makes Ekko early game jungler of a kind.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, as I said, right, I think again in this matchup you definitely need to place a ward here. We talked about that.
Yeah.
Just because he has such an easy time EQing, and then Jarvan is a champ that can definitely invade you level 2.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah. Definitely, like, at this point you should also look to make your jungle clearing a bit more efficient, right? You're missing a bunch of them with your Q. Just make sure to hit all of them. Right, so you're missing these two with your outgoing Q, and then also the way you're positioning, I think, for the second one, you also don't hit all of them. Yeah, see, again, I mean, okay, they died anyways to the pet, but still, like, just maybe practice it a bunch of times, and then, of course, you also waited a bit.
Yeah, I screwed it a little bit.
Yeah, but still, like, even without that thing at the end, it was not 100% efficient. It just can be a bit better.
I'd say I almost always Rico after.
Yeah, you should. You should, but you should do it right away, right? Like now you're also staying here too long. Like just recruit right away now. There's no reason.
I also, if I gank, I'm ganking top lane, the other side.
Yeah.
Because I think bot lane is a little bit too risky.
It really depends. I mean, I've been having some great games recently where I just got 2 kills early and then the game was over, basically. But of course, in this kind of lane, instead you don't gank. It's just when they're overextended and they don't expect you to do this path, which just happens sometimes, right? and then you abuse it. But don't force it. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, and then you're fine with the recall. Let's see if you could have killed him here. Right, like, you definitely, what you need to do, I don't know, you were kind of expecting him to run away, but he doesn't really have any reason to run away, so you should expect him to stay in these brushes. So I think I would have personally just W'd in here. I mean, that wasn't the right one, but maybe he would have stopped his recall anyways. He actually had no reason to stop it here, you weren't really even aware. But yeah, definitely, like, the biggest mistake here was just not placing the W before you were even there. Like, this kind of W just never hits him.
Yeah, because I thought he's in the right bush.
Also, first reaction should just be to Q him. Like, Q him. You Q'd him when he was already under his tower, basically. But you need to Q him when you can still auto-attack him and that kind of stuff.
I don't know, man. I usually don't play that bad.
Yeah, it's fine, but still, like, obviously just really Q in these situations. You don't need to make excuses, just I'm telling you, of course, how the play should have been here. Yeah. Definitely, if you're close to someone like that, and you could have just Q, auto-attack, E, auto-attack, reset, and then you probably can follow him with flash or something. Also there's so much time where you're not even attacking him here, right? And you also and also because you want to apply the red buff as well, so to slow him even more. You just let him walk way too much here. You think he's definitely dead.
Maybe QEW. In the situation I was already.
Yeah, I mean, the big mistake, of course, was the fact that you hadn't casted the W before, so you had to do it too late here, and then everything was just too late. Here, I think, I also was about to tell you, maybe look for a mid dive, you know? And with a huge wave like this, and with Akshan, with Ignite, like, you have the damage to kill him here, I'm pretty sure. Or at least if he lands, like, one more Q auto-attack combo and he's still a little bit low.
But what about Jarvan?
Yeah, that's definitely a problem.
Of course he was disconnected, but I don't know this.
Yeah, actually he was disconnected, yeah. But if he wasn't disconnected, he shouldn't even be here, I think.
I'm expecting him at this point to be at the bottom scuttle.
Exactly. So you shouldn't be able to counter gank if you just see lightning. Now you can. You were also looking mid here, I think. And if you see this kind of HP, is definitely gankable with an Akshan. Like, he can just swing around him or whatever, deal a lot of damage, ignite him, and you can probably finish him off before he even gets his heal off, if you play it correctly. And even if he does heal, like, with the ignite, he doesn't heal that much. So definitely something you could have looked for here. I also told you, right, after doing this, definitely look if you can do something mid, and now he just recalled. So, I think the best timing to look for that kind of gank was actually after doing the crab. Right, like, these are the best times to just gank, and then if it works, perfect, you got a kill, and then you go to jungling, and if it doesn't work, you still just go to jungling, but your pathing is good. Yeah, and here always, these are like the decisions, right? When you're in this entrance, you either decide to go straight bot, or just clear. I would say in this situation, I would have also decided to just keep clearing. For sure. Like, if anything, you go for a dive here, but you can also do that after full clearing, so there's no reason. Because if the dive fails, of course, it's much worse if you haven't even cleared your jungle. I'm not so sure why you're kiting in this direction, not just to the Crocs.
I am actually kind of mind-fucked, because I don't see the Jarvan anywhere. And he can technically be anywhere.
Yeah, so?
I think we lose 3v3 early game versus Jarvan.
No, I think you can always outplay. Honestly. Like, in this situation, for sure. Again, like, now place the W already, by the way, right? Like, I mean, you place it in a second, I'm sure, but there's no reason to place it in his vision here, right? You 100% know that Jarvan is a champ. Like, he has one mode that's EQ, and you know that he will do that. And of course he does that. So you just know that you can place a W somewhere here because he's gonna engage on the MF. And then you stun him 100%. I mean, did you stun him? No, right? Yeah, and now you also need to step back into the shield and whatever. Like, that could have been so much better. You could have gotten the Jarvan and the Karthus, and your MF would have lived. If you just had placed your W earlier here. Definitely a big mistake. Like, this W gave you 0 value, right? It was like your 20-second cooldown, you didn't even get the shield from it. Also here, I think you recalled right away. You should have definitely looked for the crab really quick. It wouldn't have cost you much. Of course, you can expect because the Jarvan came from you that he took it, but it's still just check it, you know. Because it apparently was up here. It wouldn't have enabled you to get anything more, but of course, it's just gold, right? That you don't want to let sit there for no reason. Yeah. Here, I don't even know why your mid and top swap. That was kind of stupid, honestly. It gave him the right form. It was actually such a weird decision by your teammates. I guess they said like Mundo can't play into Kane or something. Not sure. Oh yeah, here. This was really good.
I don't know what is the problem with Mundo. He don't really need to fight.
It's just like, what do you mean the problem?
He doesn't really mean to fight. He don't need to fight.
What do you mean you don't need to fight?
Yeah, here I just waste my
yeah, I don't think you had to ult here. Probably. You were still healthy enough.
Both flash ult for 1 assist.
Yeah, 80 HP, I'm not sure. But it's whatever. I mean, in this situation, using your ult's not bad. Because now you can stay on the map much better. And here I told you, I think you could have just done it. You know, if you have the blasting one, and especially Amtum, even 5 Dark CS6, really good time to just do it. You have full control here, you know? Mid is dead. Mid is dead. Sona is, like, in mid you have full vision of her. Even if Jarvan comes, he can't do shit, you know? You're much stronger here. You have 1k gold up on him, you have... I mean, he has also spent some of his gold, but still... I mean, this is a really... That's definitely something I've improved on recently, just taking objectives when they're, like, kind of free in these situations. Yeah, and start doing it in the early game as well. Like, objectives really win games. So, like, this was definitely a situation where you could have just taken the Drake.
Yeah, then Rico and go Herald. Probably.
Yeah, like, you could have taken Drake and then even contest the Herald, and then you're in a decent spot. Like, up until now, you're doing fine. And also, I think you should really just take the red here. I don't know. I'm not a fan of doing this kind of stuff. It's, like, over-optimizing, in my opinion. I think just taking the camp so you might get level 7 a little bit earlier from wave XP or something like that, it just... Right, like, this is like, you do this and if it works out perfectly then it's like a small win, but if it doesn't work out perfectly then it's just, you don't have a red buff and everything, you know? And also now you're actually forced to go here, otherwise you could have chosen to maybe go top if you see something happening that once, where you maybe like see that this Kane is super low, maybe you want to go top here, in case he keeps pushing. It's just, I think you should just take your jungle. Of course now you can still take the Drake because he showed top. But see, this kind of decision here, that it kind of just gave you a lot of downtime, you know? Or not a lot of downtime, but some downtime. Yeah, here of course you place the W into the wall. I don't know if you can even, like, I don't know if you can dive, honestly. You know, he can steal your ult, right? Yeah, that W obviously is still nobody. You misclicked or something, right?
Yeah. I misclicked my W and the whole play was...
But even if, like, just, I don't even think you should go for a dive here. Silas heals so much with this W, he can steal your ult, so he's even harder to kill here, so it's like... See, this is a situation where the decision should have just been to jungle, you know? Like, your CSing was very bad this game, honestly. You had, like, I don't think you ever had more than 6. Versus what?
Versus early game junglers, I kind of feel pressured to make.
Yeah, that's a bad mindset. No, you shouldn't. It's just you're playing a different role, you know. Yeah. They do their thing, you do your thing, and I mean you can match some of the ganks. Of course, you did match this gank here early, so it was fine. But don't play any different. Like don't play different just because they might gank early.
Especially versus Jarvan, sometimes if I just clear my jungle, he overwhelms me with his activities. He is doing all sorts of bullshits all around the map, and I just feel pressure to do stuff, even if it don't work out.
I don't know, just stop feeling pressured then really. I don't know what else to say, but I really don't think it's worth to completely change your playstyle just because you play against different junglers or whatever. Because your own jungle, we've talked about this, right? It's really the consistency. So it doesn't matter what kind of jungle you play against. This kind of time you wasted here was just bad. Like, there's no argument, it was just bad. Right? Yeah. You should know that you can't really gank here. He has so much where he can live, and then Jarvan can also be around the whole time. So, but here you should have went bot with the Nautilus. I think this is a really, with the way the wave is staying here, and then with Nautilus who's coming up from the top here, you definitely can kill the Karthus. So at this point, see, like the whole time it would have just been nice if you had the red buff now, and then you can you're not even. If you had the red buff already, you wouldn't even think about going here, right? You would just move with the Nautilus and get free kills on bot. Like these kills are super free, of course, with you here. I think they even get them without you. Yeah, like now you're kind of moving there, but it's just too late. And here you don't even get this one.
And of course, this play I don't even wanna watch it.
I think definitely the W was could have been much, or not, but they could have been a bit higher here in case she flashes earlier. But of course, like this, you even stunned her. Let's see, like. Yeah, see, now you should have spaced a bit more up, actually. It's crazy that you don't kill her, though. Maybe you should have queued, but I don't think it would have made a difference. You also, you cancelled like one auto here, I think that made a difference, actually. It's unlucky. But I honestly wouldn't have expected her to be able to live there either.
This game, a lot of mechanical mistakes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but like here you were walking like and you didn't auto attack. You could have definitely done one more and that would have killed her here.
Bad macro decisions.
I don't know if you could have killed her with Q here though. Maybe it was quite far away, but I think it could have hit her.
Shut down.
And then of course like the biggest mistake is of course just not ulting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think your Q kills, but maybe it does even. I mean, she's a Sona. Yeah, now of course it hurts even more that your jungle in top set has been up for a long time, right? Like these kind of depths hurt twice as much if you were like inefficient with your jungling. I don't think you need to run out. Like, really don't need to play so passively here. If he uses his abilities on you, then it is what it is. But you're not gonna get one shot. Yeah, I think you could have maybe even killed him. Like after it's generally of course fine that you want to kite away, but I think in this situation where you're in a 2v1.
I'm waiting for my passive to come back up.
Yeah, I know, but still, I think in this situation it's one of those where you actually want to just auto attack more, you know, so you can kill him, and maybe you will even bait him into using some abilities on you, and then he doesn't have them to escape or something. You're just too far away from him. Yeah, of course, like blue Ken is hard to kill.
This is also atrocious.
Okay, he was out of range. Or, I mean, you had Rocket Belt, but still, no, you didn't have it up either. I'm just wondering, like, I personally, in this situation, see, like, how the fight is playing out, I would have just walked down here also. I think that maybe would have helped you get into his range. Probably still not, but...
Not on the Raptors?
No, but, like, the way this fight is playing out, they're just going in here, it's... I mean, the Silas is gonna kite away, but it's honestly a bit of a 50-50 decision. So I would have personally just went here because it's a little bit faster. Maybe if you were really quick you could have E-flashed, but I personally wouldn't have done that either. Yeah, and again, at this point just stop chasing. I mean, okay, you get the crab really quick and then go back to jungling. I would even smite it here because we know that he's here. Like, just smite it and go away right away. You die here?
No.
Okay. Like, honestly, Your first strike, I would just go for a trade here with him. You know that Kane is top. He's even low HP, so he can't really help. I would just trade with him. You're not gonna kill him, but maybe you can even kill him if the Aksha moves, right? He has the shove, so I think you could have just fought him here. Especially, he's not even a tanky Jarvan, right? He has the Mercs, which is a little bit annoying, but he's not going for the normal build, he's going for Eclipse, so he's not super hard to kill him. If the action moves, and he might even just need to ult, and you might even kill him. You really don't need to be so scared here, I don't think. Yeah, you just didn't smite. That definitely would have helped you quite a lot getting the 400 gold shot done here. I think that was like, missing out on that kill was really kind of the nail in the coffin of this game almost. It is definitely in smite range.
Almost.
Yeah, but the smite slow would have allowed you to hit your E, right? You know that the smite range is like slightly bigger than the second E range. Did you know that?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, okay, good. So it's super useful oftentimes to get into range.
Mechanical displays this game. Heavy mechanical displays.
Yeah, definitely made a huge difference this game for sure. But also still a bunch of mistakes here where you just could have jungled, right? Or like you were trying to commit to plays like this Silas dive or whatever, where you should just know that they're not really plays you can commit to. Like in general, I think Silas is like very hard to kill with his build, just super tanky.
By the way, you told me to go Herald here. I wouldn't.
No, I said right. I think it's a risky Herald, but at this point you need to look for ways to win the game. You really do, right? Like I've said this even in the later stages. This team comp outscales you really hard. I mean, not really hard, but quite a bit. Like this bot lane, Sona as a champ, if she gets 2 items or whatever, you usually just win with her. And Karth is the same basically. Like Karth scales, Karth is so impossible to play against in the late game because he's just gonna ult and then everyone's half HP, you know. So you don't want, and then Blue Cane also one of the best scaling champs in the game. So if you're already behind at this point, you need to look for ways to get back into the game. And I think sometimes you can just sneak the Herald. And if you can't, then we talked about it in game as well, right? You shouldn't die. And at this point, you see the Jarvan is contesting it, so you should just run. I think also a big mistake to just keep staying. You honestly just get your Grump and, I don't know, recall. You have a bunch of gold to spend. Get boots. No reason to stay here. You're not gonna win that. You should know that you're not gonna win that. You should also... I think I personally would have looked to try and steal this at this point. Like, try and steal the Herald at least. Like, if you proc the eye here and then maybe proc passive and smite, you can steal it. Yeah. Like, you just try to avoid the Blue Cane here. He's really strong. Like, dodge his W and try to steal the Herald is what I would have done. Also, you should have stayed close to the Akshan for the Blue Cane, right? Because he actually has some damage. Maybe you can kill this guy because he still is squishy, right? Even though he deals a lot of damage. Yeah, and then this was like the biggest mistake. Not the biggest mistake, but there was like no reason to stay in here, right? Just go to the tower. I don't know why you're walking like this. The Akshan is 100% dead here with 1 HP, and then you're just walking into 3 people. You could have just walked up like in this direction and you're out because they weren't really looking to kill you. Yeah, at this point it's really hard to play. They're just all super strong. Yeah, I think in general that you're not going for a steal here or something is fine. I don't think you should without ult. I mean, at this point your devs don't matter that much because you don't have any stacks or something, but still.
It's really coin flip if I go for this.
Yeah. And also because your jungle is up, so you want to clear that over taking a coin flip smash like
Even
that.
if I get Drake, they will kill me and...
Yeah. No, I think it's definitely the right decision. Here also, I think just go, like, trade with him really quick and then go. He's too tanky. And you don't really know if anyone's moving. I mean, now you do, but before you didn't even know that the Silas is in mid. He could have come out of base. So just don't overcommit to these kind of plays, especially not in your position. You're just not fat enough to really go for invades. And like at the later stage, you also went here once, but what are you gonna do there? If you find someone, then they're gonna beat you. You know? So just, at this point, you really need to just look to play with your team. Play around your power spikes as well. If you have item completions and the enemies haven't based yet, then you're basically even with them, right? They might be a level up or something, but they're not as strong as they could be. And these are like the timing winners you need to try and abuse in these kind of games.
Yeah.
You're overall not even that far behind, right? It's only 1k gold. They have double your kills, but honestly, you got the shotgun on the Kane, so... Yeah, here! Why didn't you rocket belt, right? This was like the biggest mechanical misplay, I would say. Or like, biggest opportunity where you could have just done the rocket belt combo on the sonar really quick and then you would have never had to flash. Even now you didn't have to flash. You could have still just rocket belted.
Did I flash?
Yeah, you flashed on top of her.
No, I used the rocket belt. Later
No.
on the tower.
No, you flashed. See? You did both. But you didn't have to... This was like a perfectly smooth combo here, right? Like just glide through her really quick with the rocket belt. Now rocket belt auto attack and she's dead. Doesn't even have the reactions to flash. So like, I don't know how consistently you do it when you play on your own, but definitely if that's something you feel like you're not doing every single time or some in the situations like this, then definitely try to do it more actively, I guess. I don't know. I mean, you know what kind of combo I mean, right? Just like the quick one. I think you did it even in our last coaching session, but I guess...
I'm doing it.
Yeah. I mean, if you just feel like you're sometimes not doing it in situations like this where it really mattered, then try to get more consistent with it, I guess.
I have no experience.
What do you mean?
In the game, I took no experience.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, because you left your camps up in a bunch of situations as well.
Yeah, and
but of course also because the game's just in their hand. They're actually not that far, like, they're actually not that far ahead gold-wise, I gotta say. I thought they would be much... Like, at this point the game already felt so unplayable. Or, like, it looked so unplayable. See, like, this is... What are you doing here? You should just be playing with your team. You have nothing to do here. If you're gonna find Jarvan, then he's just gonna kill you, you know? And now you're a little bit late here. Again, you just didn't use your rocket belt. Could have killed him. And definitely... Yeah, like, this guy was so free, the Jarvan here. Honestly, just EQ rocket belt, he's dead before you can even do anything. He's so low. You didn't even E on him, I don't know why. Like, that was definitely very, very sloppy. The fact that you didn't even E him. They actually gave you a bit of a chance in this fight. Also, I don't know why you're ulting here. I mean, yes, the Kane is here, but he didn't even use his abilities on you. And I think you could have finished off the Silas. And also, you need, I don't know how much tap you pressed, but I think we knew that they had a 600 gold shotgun, so just try to get it at all costs at this point, right? It's gonna be worth even if you die for it. So no reason to ult out like that. Yeah, also the whole time, smite him. I mean, you did now, but yeah, I think you could have definitely killed him here. And that ult was also not very good.
He was hitting me with E, the Silas.
No, he wasn't. I think you sidestepped it. But see, like, he actually did a pretty bad E. But that's also, just play around it then, you know? Still try to stay on him and then try to dodge it. Silas is a pretty easy spell to dodge most of the time. But he fucked it up completely, like, look where you eat.
Yeah.
So you really didn't need to ult. Definitely here, I guess, it could have been a turning point if you actually get the shutdowns here. I mean, it's still a game where they will scale pretty heavily and the game's not going to be easy, but it was definitely winnable at this point, especially if you get the mountain drag afterwards. I think you're playing too passive here, honestly, this game. Really a bit too passive. Especially because you just, and you know, at this point you need to think of ways of how you're gonna win this game, you know? You're not gonna win it by playing passively and not dying, you need to win it by getting kills and like shutting people down and that kind of stuff, so... You're not really trying, you know, is what I'm trying to... Like, you're not really trying to actually win the game if you're always just trying to live in these situations. It doesn't really help you. It's better if you die for it and it's like, at least you tried, than just ulting out and then like dying 10 seconds later. I think you could have just ulted here right away. Maybe you would have even hit this or no. Okay, let's see if you could have collected some of them here. Definitely good that you do the W from out of range here. Wait, let me actually see. Did the Nautilus have Q again? Could he have CC'd the Jordan? Could have auto-attacked him, I think. I don't think the... Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. You also didn't have Rocket Belt because you used it before. Man, that actually would have made such a difference. I think the Rocket Belt you used here was completely useless when you died. Yeah, you actually dodged the ability already and then you still Rocket Belted. Definitely be more mindful with the Rocket Belt. I mean, of course, at this point the game's really rough, but here you see, like, you already dodged and then you still Rocket Belt. It didn't give you any value at all. And it actually made you miss out on the kills because it was still on cooldown. Of course, you can't expect that the auction is gonna revive you and whatever, but still. It actually did matter here, because if you had Rocket Belt here, you'd for sure get some of them. Like, you could have just went on the Silas. Also, you should have just went on the Silas, honestly. I mean, the Jarvan looked killable here, but I guess he wasn't, and the Silas was way deeper. And you even died to the rep buff, unfortunately. Yeah, I also didn't really see the Silas, though. Yeah. Man, they actually gave you quite a lot of opportunities to win this game, I'm gonna be real. They were so low a bunch of times with their 7 gold shutdowns. But yeah, at this point they're, yeah, now they're actually 10k gold ahead. Yeah, at this point they're 10k gold ahead. Even if, at this point if you get the shutdown, it's still probably not gonna be playable. But like 5 minutes earlier, it would have definitely been. Oh yeah, that's when he just killed you with W ult. Could you have killed you here?
It was on me.
You're definitely playing very passive this game, I gotta say, with your movement. You're running away from the enemies quite a bit. I mean, generally that's what you want to do with Ekko, but not in every situation. Right, like, not in these kind of situations where you're actually missing out on a bunch of kills because you're just too far away from the enemies and they just turn around. It felt like this game. I mean, not really miss out, but yeah, I mean, 1 or 2 situations you actually miss out on kills because you're just too passive. And at this point also, your death is worth less than the other deaths, right? So you should even look to trade if you can, especially if it's for a shutdown, of course.
I find it very difficult to play from behind.
Yeah, it is, right? But shutdown every now and then, it can make the game playable again. Really can. If you manage to get to Rabadons, you usually have a... you can usually win. Why do you actually buy the Emptom? I saw that in game as well.
I had a base with like 300 gold plus futures market, so...
Okay, I don't think you should ever go in debt for that. Like, actually never, like, especially when you're already behind, then... I mean, of course, in this game it doesn't really make a difference, but overall, when you're already behind, you don't want to go minus 50 gold.
When they were on our towers. And,
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, but then you should just buy the potion, the elixir of sorcery.
Okay.
Like if you wanted, you said basically you wanted to have for like the most strength, right?
I actually never buy this. I buy it only if I'm full build.
Yeah, but okay, yeah, generally, of course, that's what you should do. But in situations where you're like defing the base or an objective's coming up, you should just buy it if you want to be as strong as possible. Definitely better than an amp tome, for sure. Okay. I mean, we still have some time if you want to watch like another game, maybe in your match history that you felt like the one we talked about, maybe
Let me take a look.
the one with the Hecarim and Akali, maybe. Oh, dude. Wait, you lost against 115 Ilawi, holy shit. I guess she was just split pushing with Hullbreaker.
When is that?
That's the game you talked about earlier. With the Akali and Hecarim.
Yeah, if you see that game, sure. Let's watch it.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's a flex game. That's a flex game.
Is it?
Yeah. That's a flex game.
Right. No, it's not. Yeah, it's solo duo.
Hecarim and Akali. It's a flex game.
No, but it's not. It says solo duo here.
Ah, this game. Yeah. What? Okay, yeah.
Isn't that the one you talked about?
Yeah. Actually, yeah. I'm watching another game with another Hecarim and another Akali, yeah.
Oh, okay. Damn. Like, this ward is so worthless that he placed. It doesn't even give him any info. Where did you place that ward? You thought he would invade you? I mean, the Hecarim is really not a champ that can invade you early.
Right now, I feel the Hecarim matchup very winnable.
Yeah.
It's one of the most easiest matchups right now. But usually, I'm afraid of him.
Definitely look for a bot gank here. I don't know why you're not going bot here. They're so free, especially with Nautilus. Like at this point, when you're in base or when you're here, already start looking if they're going to place a ward, right? Already look at their movement. Right now, you can say with 100% confidence that it's not warded, you know? And if you keep looking and they don't walk here, then you just know it's not warded. It's super free. Like, it's fucking Nami Jinx. You need to punish that shit. Nami Jinx with the Nautilus. That's literally free kills. Definitely just before jungling here, just go there right away, get the free kills, and then the game's basically GG. I'm not even joking. I guess you're looking now, but there's no reason to take the blue before, you know. Yeah, now you're just a little bit too late. I mean, maybe you still get them, but
no,
you even die. You even die. I mean, yeah, like big thing again, of course, the W, right? Okay, you didn't have it, but yeah, another reason why you shouldn't have taken the blue, because like that was such a big mistake. Generally, really, I've told you this before, right? But really, look, when you're out of base, it's much better to just either go for a gank straight away or go jungle, but then commit to jungling, you know? What you did here was like you took the blue buff and then your timing was like bad. The timing would have been perfect to just go here straight away, and it usually is a good timing with the Raptor's path. That's why I like it so much. Yeah, also, honestly, no reason to E here, you know? You're already in her face. Use the E to either dodge something or auto-attack cancel or something, but the way you use it was just for engaging. It's just kind of wasted. You really don't need it here. And now you just get chance to see it because you don't have E up, nothing. Yeah, no, you lost so much for that. Actually, the game went on for such a long time, you must have gotten some shutdowns or something, right?
Yeah, and it's...
Yeah, the game could have been in your favor here, right? Like, you could have easily gotten 2 kills on bot. Easily. Like, especially with Nautilus, you should just look to gank that lane. Yeah, this is a situation where you definitely should help him push. Yeah, does he die because you don't help him? Yes, right. Oh, he actually lives. Okay, but still, you should have helped him, you know? Just help him push after this. You need this kind of awareness. Look at the lane. He really wants to base. He has no HP. Hecarim could be anywhere. He doesn't even really have mana. I guess he has mana for 1 Q. Okay, it doesn't even cost that much, but still, just help him push here 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe you could have even done something to the Hecarim. Who knows? If he's stupid and he wants to still go for that kill or something. Yeah, definitely can look for a dive here. I guess she's too far back. She's respecting too much. That's a moment where you should just... Oh, okay.
She didn't, I killed her.
Okay. Oh, wow, you even got a huge shot down there. Now you should still just look... Okay, I mean, they're all moving. But if you didn't get that kill here, I think you should have just looked to the Drake. Your E usage is not very good. You need to stop using E like that. You need to use it more reactively. Like, you really don't use your E in a reactive way most of the time. You often start your fights with E, which is really not the way you should look to do them, or to start them. You never, basically, in fights you basically never use the auto attack reset either, but like, this E, it gave you no value again. Just use it like, when you really need to, you know? You can still use it when he jumps on you reactively, you don't need to use it beforehand. It's really, I don't know if you watched my mechanics, but it's really, it is a spell, it doesn't have a huge cooldown, but it's so important to still hold it in a lot of situations. And like really wait for the perfect moment to use it so you can maybe finish someone off or whatever. Or dodge a spell. But most of the time you use it, it's just, I don't know, you're already in range oftentimes, you basically just use it for the damage. For like the, I don't know how much damage, 70 damage. Which is not the value you want to get from that spell. Let's see. Where's your W, man? You need to really use your W earlier. That's definitely something that's been in like the first game, and now this one as well. Like, this is a perfect time. You're out of vision. You know that she's walking here. Just W somewhere here before the fight. It's gonna make the fight so much easier. You might even stun her here because she's walking in a straight line, you know. But now you just engage on her with Q, and then you place a W late, and of course it's never gonna stun her. That's gonna make such a difference for you when you just start using your W before fights more. It really, and also out of vision, right? That was really a perfect opportunity to just use it out of vision. Which gold do you have? Ah, you bought the alternator here as well. Yeah, like definitely a bait, right? We talked about that. Okay, I guess top very killable here. I think generally this W was way too far down. Like, she can't even reach that, I feel like. You should just place it here. Just here, this is too far, like, she's never even, she literally would have to flash into that. Generally, against immobile champs, just place it so the W is somewhere close, right? Like, it almost touches them when you cast it, because they Especially if they're fighting like this, where they're probably staying in the same place a little bit, then there's really no need to place it this far down. Of course, it didn't matter at all in this situation, but I'm obviously still telling you.
Yeah, maybe she's rotating to hacker him. Maybe that's my logic.
Still it's too far away. Then you should still place it here or something, you know. Illaoi is such an immobile champ. Okay, I mean, you live here. Let's see if you could have still played it better.
Yeah, but this actually chunked me big time because I have no ult right now.
Yeah, I mean...
Also, she burns my flash.
Yeah.
And
I think you couldn't have played that
It
another way.
mattered a little bit later.
Yeah.
I don't remember what was the situation, but I remember that I was angry about it.
Okay.
Maybe now.
Definitely good that you got level 7 before. Wait, do they see you already? Wait. Oops.
I know that the hacker is
No,
coming.
okay, they don't. Oops. And, I mean, it's a 4v3, of course. It's a little bit unfortunate. I mean, your W was just too deep, right? But of course, you kind of were hoping to get in there.
I was not expecting the Akali, by the way.
No. Yeah, it's a bit of a rough one. If you had like a good W here, you probably could do much more, especially with the Kara now because she's pretty fat.
I would have died anyway, though.
Yeah, but it wouldn't have been as bad. I think it could have been quite a bit better.
I guess.
But it wasn't like a huge like it was understandable, right? The W placement here was fine. It just didn't work out in your favor because everyone was there. And now these kind of deaths really suck, right? Because now you don't have the rocket belt, but you'll have to stay on the map.
Yeah, that's why I was angry.
Yeah, these kind of deaths are definitely the worst. Like, I actually would just recall here. Just recall, get the rocket belt so you can play the game, and then it's a good timing at 12 minutes. I usually take these recalls to finish it up. It's such a huge power spike. It really is. And it makes you able to contest objectives and that stuff so much more and get off better ganks and like really always get the rocket belt in these situations. Don't stay on the map too long without it if you can buy it. It doesn't feel good to go base with not a lot of gold, but it's a huge power spec, so it's not that bad.
What am I even doing?
Yeah, you're definitely walking around quite a bit, just like aimlessly.
What am I even doing?
Getting the Drake here is good, definitely. No, definitely look bot. I think you can even look to dive. I don't know if that's what you do. No. Yeah, but also
was angry. Nautilus was angry on me and told me to never gang buff again.
Oh, okay. I really think you should start clearing from the Crocs. Like this. Or were you going somewhere? Because this is not good. Like on the blue side I understand, but I don't like that you're going up and down here. It's so far. Really quite inefficient, I think. What?
Not even a single ability used.
Yeah. Nah, but I mean, don't even commit to fighting her. She might be 0-6, but she's still so tanky. Just fight her with your team. Yeah, just collect her like this, but don't... Without Nashus or anything, I don't think you have enough DPS to ever kill her if she doesn't want to die. She will just run away. I really don't think you should be looking for anything. You should honestly just take the Herald here. Like, you're in a good position to take Herald here. Okay, I guess that's what you're doing. What did you buy? I don't know why not. In this situation, definitely just keep clearing your jungle. You're even going in debt here. And you're not even buying any... Like, with 1000 gold, your whole side... Why are you going base? What are you going base for, really? That's a really bad base. It's like, your whole jungle is up. First of all, you obviously want it to respawn faster. And then the items you get are not even a huge power spike. It's like Sorks, and then you upgrade one of the Amp Tomes. And you even go minus 50 for that. When you could have just cleared your jungle. Now you're even getting counter jungled by your own team. So like a triple punish, basically. And your jungle is contested. It could have already been cleared. Definitely never take these kind of bases. It was like super inefficient. But see, like now you're not even that weak. You're actually even with the Hecarim, basically. He has his mythic, you have your mythic, you both have upgraded boots. You actually have a bit more offensive stats even. So yeah, he hasn't even spent his gold. Definitely can punish him here. Yeah, definitely just place the Herald at some point. I don't think you should be looking so much into the enemy jungle unless you're really ahead, you know? I think in these situations you get much more by just playing with your team on the lanes and whatever, if you don't have any jungle to farm. Yeah, like getting this tower definitely gives you a lot of gold. There's no reason to, especially against the Hecarim, it's not a champ that you can really one-shot or whatever. At least not with this build. I don't know, Akali is always such a tanky champ for some reason. Can never really one-shot her. Yeah, unfortunate. But definitely good that you looked for the shutdown here as well. That's actually really good, I'm gotta say. I guess you could have placed a W a bit more in her path, you know? It's unlikely that she stays here. Maybe then you could have stunned her.
What path would she take?
Yeah, of course you can't. But I think the way she's looking here, it's the most likely is that she's just here. So I think placing a W probably here would have been the best. I think you also... actually, you should have just stayed on her here, by the way. I think you kill her. If you hit the return Q, I'm pretty sure... Like, even flash bird if you need to. It's definitely worth. I think you actually get her here. Like, just make sure you hit the return Q here. Flash behind her, auto attack her once more. I think with the W execute damage it kills. And you can tank like 2 tower shots here and then ult. Yeah, definitely didn't have to miss out on that kill, I'm pretty sure. Like these kills, they really... Like, this is actually basically waste of time. You should definitely be at Drake here. Try to contest it. Like, how much gold does she give? Like 112? And you even flash for it. That's horrible. You get 100 gold for flash. You literally got like 1 jungle camp here.
Yeah.
And you flashed for it. And you gave up Drake for it. Like, that was very bad decision making.
I don't know vision.
Yeah. Definitely very...
And then I realized, wait, that guy. 100 gold.
Is it a Lich Bane game? I guess it's fine. Like, Lich Bane's definitely fine in this game.
I take it versus Hecarim because of the movement speed and the burst damage, because I don't really want to skirmish in that match.
Yeah, but I think Hecarim is a champ that you can often actually kill with a bit more DPS. I think in this game, the only 2 champs I would build Nashus against are the top side, right? Like Ilaoi and Hecarim. They are both champs you can auto-attack quite a lot. Akali is often in her W where you can't really auto-attack her. I mean, against Jinx both are good because she's just very bad against Ekko, but... And Nami as well.
If he was like Ghostblade Hecarim, probably, maybe not.
No, I don't even know. I think then actually Lichman is even better because he's even squishier, you know? You might be able to actually one-shot him then with that build, but against this kind of build...
These days, I can one-shot Hecarim pretty easy.
Yeah. He's not that tanky.
I think I do at some point.
You're literally wasting your time, by the way, fighting this Ilaoi the whole time. I don't know, you really shouldn't. She's just completely useless. These kills give you basically nothing. Right? It's just, you're really just wasting your time going top all the time. Your Nautilus is definitely kind of right for pinging you here. You should just be looking to kill the others. Especially, you don't even have all your stacks. You really need to... especially champions like Nami is so easy to kill after you have Rocket Belt. You should really always get those free stacks here. Yeah, just go over. Perfect W situation to go over. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. I kinda lost you there in the fight. Yeah, this is a really easy fight to take. They're massively overextended. They even know you're here. Crazy. Definitely, like, in this situation, you need to move in a way where you hit the Hecarim with your return Q. You could have done way more in that fight, I think. I mean, I don't know how it ends up, but... Still, definitely, after, like, with that Q, move behind him here. Don't move like this. That's too passive. Okay, I guess you still get them all. But still, I mean, at this point in the game, it's actually very winnable. You're really enabled now. Could even look to buy Magi's. I mean, the Akali is also still really strong.
I think I stayed too much on the map, and I had money to complete Rabadon soon.
Okay, that's definitely bad. Yeah, you should... I think a good base in this, like, for your third item, it should be around 2.5k. Or, like, even less with the futures market, of course, but here you can farm up to 2.5k. And then either you get 2 needlessly large rods or, like, a Magi's and a needlessly large rod. That would have been really good here. Wait, do you not go base now? Okay, I guess getting that kill would have been nice. Do you get it? Yeah, okay, that's fine. Staying on the map, but now you just need to go base, no? You can even buy the Rabadons, okay. Because you
now
shut down.
I buy Rabadons.
Okay, no, you didn't stay on the map too long, it's fine. You just got a lot of gold. Well, this is just disgusting though. Did they get Nash? Yeah, wow. I hate this fucking meta, they need to buff Nash. I just don't think 3 champions should be able to do this. I really don't think they should be. There's no big counterplay to this, you just need to always have vision on Nash, I guess. Yeah, this is definitely tilting.
Yeah, but even if I had vision there, what could I do in this situation?
No, you could have just stolen. No, you can just steal it. You have ult up everything. Like, if you know that they and okay, like this is actually just like your Nautilus mistake or whoever. Like nobody set up vision. You definitely just needed some kind of vision. But if they're just these 3 people, you can definitely fight them here, right? You're so fucking strong at this point. Like even on your own, you can probably fight this. You just one-shot the Nami really quick, and then they also have the Nash debuff, right? So they lose a lot of resistances. I think the big problem here is just that you don't have any kind of vision. So they just can rush it as 3 champions in like 30 seconds. Yeah, that's definitely a bit of a tilter.
It's annoying.
No, but generally you didn't stay on the map too long here. I mean, you just got a lot of gold in a short time. So now you really need to pick up the pace though, and like force. I don't know how you lose this game actually. I mean, you're really strong.
I think we stay ahead for a time, and then, as I told you, I just flash the Jinx suit in a straight line.
You get Drake now.
I think we do.
They should be dead here.
Also, there is tunnel vision Siwawi, and don't recall to stop their push after my int.
Yeah, that was pretty bad macro, that the fact that she got 2 towers here. Like, you didn't all have to be a Drake. I mean, not by you, but generally. Yeah, not by you, I mean, generally by the team. It was pretty bad macro. Rather, Akali was even disconnected. Why do you flash? No, okay. I mean, this game, this fight, your movement was not very good. Right. I don't like your E's, you know? Just, in this situation, you're already in there, basically. Just Q, and then E when you have the 2 stacks, you know? Because there's so many situations where you're really putting yourself just in, like, danger by Eing in there, right? Mm-hmm. Without being able to proc passive right away. And that's so important. That's so important. In these fights, like, you really don't need to... Like, so many of your E's are just into melee range, basically. And you're not even using the E2 range. But by doing that, you're always in the range of the enemies. Like, you would have just been able to walk in here, and then you wouldn't have been feared in this direction. It just... Yeah, like, this fight could have gone much better. Like, just W, you don't need to E in here, you will proc it anyways. Just stay in here, Q them, and then, like, just play it slow. Yeah, now you get feared, you don't hit your turn Q. The Akali comes in. And then, what are you flashing for? I don't know. You're not dying here. You take, like, one more Ilawi Q, and that's it. And she's 1 in 12.
Yeah, maybe I panic.
Yeah, you definitely panicked.
Because of the Ilawi damage.
Like, just proc passive, and then you run, right? There's nothing more happening. Definitely don't need to flash. And at this point, the flash really does matter, right? It's a super close game. So... I don't know why you... Yeah, I don't know why you Q in the Zhonya's, of course, right? I mean, I'm sure you also know that that's a mistake, but...
Yeah, I mistime it.
Yeah, but just... Yeah, definitely made a difference here. Oh, she even comes and gets the 1k gold, damn. Yeah, okay. Yeah, huge mistake. I mean, place a W right away, I think then you might even be able to stun her, because she doesn't have E right away, I'm pretty sure. When coming out of the Zhonya's, but still. Like, just timing the Q here, I think it would have been enough. At least the... Yeah, but it's still, of course, 700 gold to Akali is not what you want. But see, you're so fucking strong. You have 14k gold, and the Akali is already pretty strong, but she only has 12k. So you can definitely, like, you're in a position to carry this game for sure. And it's not that they don't even have any CC really. Like, this is actually pretty free game overall comp wise. I guess there was like one bad death in the end. I mean, this death was already quite bad, but it wasn't like game deciding. Definitely, I mean, don't see again. I don't know why you're going into the Ilawi there so much. You need to. There need to be way more fights where you just stay back a little bit and then queue the enemies and then go in with your E's. You know, that needs to really start happening way more in your fights. This is a little bit. It's just not very controlled, you know. Here, just queue her, and stay out here, right? No reason. There's zero reason to walk in this thing where she actually almost kills you. You know. All you need to do here is Q, and then wait for all her abilities to go away, and then you proc your passive, and it's gonna be more than enough. Especially because you're playing with the Lich Bane setup so much, you have like zero reason to be in there and auto attack. You really don't. You just play with your abilities, your passive procs, and you almost like you die here. You have to ult now, or like, you don't die, but you almost die. You have to ult, and it's just it really doesn't need to happen. It's good that you don't overchase at least. Yeah, I guess you just got a free kill there. If you had Rocket Belt here, you could even look to punish the Jinx, honestly. You don't have it up, now you have it. It's definitely a good time to recall and get a Magi's, by the way. Yeah, you should leave this up. Don't even clear this. This is so bad to clear. It's actually a big mistake. Because the mid inhib is so useless, you know? The minions that come from there. The mid inhib is so easy to clear, and champ is like... Jinx can clear it so far. I mean, the rest of the champs actually can't clear that well, but Jinx can clear it so easily, so taking the mid inhib here. And the big thing also is you should have just recalled bottom Magi's and then have it for the objective. I mean, I don't know what happens now. I guess you still get the Drake, but
I guess I'm doing it because the Drake is on spawn.
Still, the side inhibs are good because they force people to go quite far away, but the mid inhib is always like easy to clear, you know? You're always kinda around it. Yeah, I don't know. How did you lose Nash here, by the way? You again just didn't have vision, I guess. But at this point, you definitely need to expect that they're doing it. I can't even see the HP. Yeah, so definitely not worth trading the Mountain Drake for a Nash, of course. Bit of a mistake.
Yeah, because I expected that he would come to contest the third Drake.
Yeah, but you can't just expect and then be surprised, you know? You need to just set up vision and then make sure that this kind of stuff can't happen, because at this point you're definitely you're like the controlling team generally, but you're just making a bunch of macro mistakes and getting punished pretty heavily. I mean, you lost 2 Nash this game. 2 Nash is like 10 kills, you know?
Yeah.
So you're still gold ahead, but yeah, I'm actually wondering how this game ends. Because it's this one you're wasting so much time. Just go like push or something, you know? You shouldn't really be looking to pick people off now, because it won't even give you... I mean, if you can pick people off, definitely do it, but don't... Like, when you're doing this kind of stuff where you're standing here, you're just committing so hard to picking people off, and it doesn't even matter that much at the moment, because there's no objective up, you know? I don't think you should ever go into the Ilawi there. Oh, do you die here? Yeah, I saw the... I think
this
I saw
is
the
the
rocket.
moment, and I am flashing into the Jinx rocket.
Yeah, but I think the biggest mistake here is already just going in for that, right? Again, see, like, you're using your fucking movement spell to go into, like, 5 people here, you know? So even if they would, like, react quickly or something, you might even have to just flash out. And what are you getting? You're trading, like... You're making a 114 Ilawi be half HP. That's like... It's just not worth if you really think about it, is it? You know, I mean, okay, you can even run away, but see, like, you die for it, right? Because of the Jinx ult. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, definitely... Definitely never flash in a straight line.
In a straight line, yeah.
No, just never do it. I mean, it was unlucky. Honestly, if the Samir was good... she actually tried to block it, but she did a little bit too late.
She mistimed it.
Yeah, unlucky. I think it's pretty... not that easy to time the Jinx ult this fast.
And Darius is not recalling, and yeah.
That's like these kind of games definitely tilt. They hurt to lose, I gotta say. You were kind of winning the whole time, honestly, and then one bad fight, and it's just over. Definitely unfortunate. But I told you, right? There were definitely a lot of mistakes here as well in this game, for sure. Right, like especially your E usage. I think it's definitely something you need to work on, especially. Just not using it so freely, because then you oftentimes just don't have it available when you need it defensively. I feel like that's definitely something you need to work on. It's gonna make your gameplay more consistent as well. I mean, you have quite a lot of depths in some of your games, right? It could definitely still be lower. I'm always saying aim for around something with a 3 in front at least, like 3 point something. I would say for the average depths. Okay, so do you have like any more questions right now?
I don't know. In general, if we can sum it a bit, like e-usage. I got it.
Yeah.
Then what else?
Definitely farming in some situation. Like it feels like sometimes you're committing to plays, or you're like over committing to plays. You know, where you feel like you should go for them or whatever. You just need to. I don't know. Maybe it's often down to experience, right? Just knowing, for example, knowing that you can never kill the Silas in that first game, right? In the under his mid tower there, when he can just steal Ekko ult, he has his W. He's not that low and that kind of stuff. So not over committing to these kind of plays. What else was there? I mean, we watched 2 games now, so I kind of forgot from the first game. Definitely your W, like your W usage still, like in some fights, if you can place it from out of vision, really place it. Like there were still so many fights where you just didn't use it before the fight. You really should engage every single fight with your W somewhere, honestly. Yeah, and then your W placement also wasn't optimal, but that's, I don't know. That's just something you can't really actively work on it. I feel like it's just something that's gonna get better over time when you play more. Yeah, what else? I mean, definitely your item building was sometimes weird. For example, that you told me that you don't buy the dagger because you don't think it's good or something. I think if you have the gold, then just spend it, you know?
I don't buy the dagger because the previous coach told me not to.
Why?
I told you about it. Because he said Ekko is AP assassin champion. You get absolutely zero value out of
No,
the
that's
dagger.
not true. You just get a tech speed value for clearing jungle, and it's gonna make proccing passive a little bit easier. If it's gold you can spend, then just buy it. I feel like, I don't know. I don't think you should go in debt for Amp Tome when you can just buy the dagger, but I guess people have different opinions. I always buy the dagger if I can, and it never has felt like horrible or anything, so I don't know. Just, I mean, it's also one of those things that's not really a big deal. It's not gonna make a huge difference, but I think generally you should just spend all the gold you have. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's how I've learned the game. Yeah, but those are like the biggest things. I think just your ability usage needs to be a bit more controlled, a bit more patience in general still in your gameplay. Maybe there just needs to be a bit more patience. And oftentimes just and also, but at the same time, still you were playing a bit passive in some fights, right? You were kiting too far away with your passive, I would say, with the passive movement speed. You need to find a bit better balance of staying in range still. Like stay out of their abilities range, but still stay in range so you can re-engage them when your abilities are up again. Because there were some fights where you missed out on kills because you were just kiting too far away, you know?
Yeah.
But definitely, I think definitely just rewatch the session as well. I also don't remember like every single thing I told you, of course, but you will see. I'm sure. You will see some of the things that I told you, especially with the movement and whatever.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, but definitely the biggest thing I would say is just be more controlled with your abilities, be a bit more patient, and especially with the E. And use the W, of course, but especially like be more patient with the E, because that's killing you so much, I'm sure, in your games where you just use your E inefficiently or something, or you E into someone's range and then you die for it, because it is a big defensive spell. I don't know if you've watched my mechanics video. If you haven't, then definitely go watch that as well. It might help you.
Yeah, I will. I haven't watched it. I think I started to watch it and then something happened and I stopped.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, that's fine. But of course, I think it can definitely help you. So go watch it. All right, I'm gonna stop the recording now.